Hey there, and welcome back to Tim Talks Cooking. Today, we are talking keto blueberry pancakes, my friend. You heard me right. Keto blueberry pancakes. And I'm going to make them so fluffy, they're going to just hover over your plate. They're so light. I am not kidding. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But anyway, good morning. Hope you're ready for some pancakes this morning and for maybe the next couple of mornings. This is a make-ahead recipe I hope you will try. Let's get started. Here's what you'll need to make these really delicious pancakes. Starts off with a cup of blanched almond flour, quarter of a cup of coconut flour, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Here I've also got a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 2 tablespoons of erythritol. You can use whatever sweetener you like. Erythritol is about the equivalent of 1 tablespoon of erythritol to 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm also going to need here a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, as well as 4 eggs separated into yolks and the whites. Make sure you don't get any yolk at all in your whites, or they won't whip up right. You'll also need some blueberries. I've got about a cup or so here. As with most batters of this type, we're going to start by combining all of the dry ingredients. It's the almond flour with the coconut flour here. The sweetener, baking powder, cinnamon, the salt. This will just help us form a more uniform batter in a moment when we add liquids. There we go, that's pretty good right there. And then here we also want to add all of our liquids. Here we've got the cream, the egg yolks, the vanilla, and half of the cider vinegar. I'm going to quickly use my forks to mix that up together. And we're just going to blend it in with the dry ingredients. This will make a thick batter. As for the egg whites, I'm going to add the other half of the apple cider vinegar to our egg whites, and then I'm going to beat them to stiff peaks in my stand mixer. After just a couple of minutes of whipping the egg whites at a high speed, you can see that they form a stiff peak here. Here you can see that my batter is really thick. It's really pasty. That's not exactly what we want, but it is what I expected to happen with some coconut flour around. It really absorbs liquid well. I'm going to add some water here. Let's start with about a quarter of a cup to loosen this up. That looks really pretty good right there, actually. We don't want it to be running, but we need it to be loose enough that we can incorporate the beaten egg whites with it. I'm going to put just a little bit more in there, and you'll have to experiment with this a little bit. Don't be afraid to put a little water in there. I think that's looking pretty good right there. But just to show you, it doesn't matter. I'm going to add a little bit more, just a little bit more. All of this will evaporate during cooking anyway. Okay, here's how we fold in our egg whites. I'm going to start by taking a small amount, maybe about a quarter of them, and just incorporating them into the batter. This is going to lighten it up considerably. And I'm just going to stir that in and not really worry about deflating this particular addition. As you can see already, it's already a little lighter, a little fluffier. And now, and this isn't delicate, we're just going to dump the rest of these in there and fold them in gently. This is really going to give our pancakes that fluffy lightness that we like so much in the high carb version. Set this aside. And here we are as you can see, I'm literally folding these egg whites in. Down and under and over. Turn your bowl. We're just going to continue doing this until there are no more white specks in there, no more streaks of white. And there we have it. And see, here we have our very light, fluffy pancake batter. I'm using a non-stick skillet here, and I'm also using some silicone egg molds to form our pancakes. We want to have nice, reasonably sized pancakes. Now this skillet, I've been reheating it over medium heat for about 3 minutes. We want to fill them about halfway with our batter. Not much more than that. They are going to rise. They're really fluffy, you'll see. It's not often with a keto bread-like product that it actually turns out fluffy, but you'll be very surprised. Now here's the blueberry part. We're just going to plunk them in there. This is the best way to make blueberry pancakes. If you put the blueberries in, these are fresh blueberries, if you put them in the batter and stir it up, the batter's going to turn purple, which is fine if that's what you want. But that's not my idea of a nice blueberry pancake. So here's how we do it. If you use frozen blueberries, you're going to want to thaw them first and probably drain them a little bit to reduce that purple color. I think blueberry pancakes are the most attractive when they're just dotted with blueberries like this. You want to be generous with the blueberries. Even if you're one of those very strict keto carb counting kind of a maven, this is really not enough blueberries to offset any little problem in your macros you might have with the rest of this recipe. Anyway, there we go. To cook this all the way through, I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to wait for 3 minutes before we open the lid and turn them over. It's now been 3 minutes, so let's turn these over. You see they're pretty well firmed up in there. And there we go, nice and browned. I think we can turn our heat down to medium low now. And then I'm going to remove the mold. And there we have it. Been about 3 minutes, let's give them a turn. Look at that. Very nice. Up. Been exactly 3 minutes. Flip this one over. Yeah, these are looking nice. Look, there's a nice light golden brown color there. These got a little dark on that side. And if you're wondering, how do I tell whether they're done? Touch them in the middle with your finger. If they spring back, they're done. And if they don't, they're not. You want to put the cover back on for a minute or two, and they'll puff back up. Well, all right, let's give them a taste here. Man, they really look great. Can I check it out? Blueberry pancakes. Wow. These are delicious. They're very light and very fluffy, just like I said. I really can barely believe that they're a keto pancake. Now, you can taste the coconut flour, I will tell you that. But I like that. I think these are delicious. And man, they are just floating off my plate just about. I couldn't be happier with this. You know, when I got 10 really nice sized pancakes out of this, I'm thinking a really generous serving of these is 2. 1 really might do you. They're pretty sturdy little pancakes, but like I said, light and fluffy, and they're going to freeze great. So when these cool off, they're going straight in the freezer. Listen, thanks so much for watching us here today at Tim Talks Cooking. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and especially subscribe before you go. We'll catch you next time at Tim Talks Cooking.